Hello everybody, this is Niranjan Paranjpe here, and I just thought of jumping in and sharing a few thoughts with you about the oncoming festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. Now Ganesh Chaturthi or the Ganpati festival is a very important occasion out here, especially in Maharashtra. And more importantly, the feast that is cooked on that day is something that everybody looks forward to for the entire year. And the star delicacy of that feast, and you guessed it right, it's modak. So that is something that everybody is basically waiting to have, especially on the Ganesh Chaturthi day. Now, this is exactly where I would like to jump in and sort of forewarn you about keeping a check on the intake of calories. Now, let's put things into perspective. Now, every modak that you have is roughly around 250 to 300 calories. Now what that does to you is that if you have got 3 modaks, then you are going to have an upwards of 1000 calories in one particular meal. And that's way too many calories to be having for just one meal. So in situations like these, there has to be something that with which you can balance out your calories for the entire day. So on that particular day, we would want you to be a little mindful about what all do you eat during your lunchtime or during the feast that you are going to have. So start your day with a shake. Go a little easy on the sweets, especially on the modak and other sweets if they are cooked. And more importantly, if you have consumed a little too many calories for lunch, then we would like you to have a shake for dinner at around say 7 o'clock and just end the day with that shake, which means you shouldn't be having any other dinner, particularly on that particular day. Now, once you are done with that, you also need to keep in mind that the Ganpati festival sort of continues for a couple of more days. In some homes, it's about 5 days. In some homes, it's a grand affair and continues for about 10 days straight. Now, since the Lord himself is residing at home, it's only natural for the family to keep cooking some delicacy or the other to be offered as prasad. Now, the God doesn't eat prasad. So who ends up eating the prasad? It's us. So it's quite likely that over the course of the entire festival, there are going to be occasions where you put one sweet here and another sweet there, and your total intake of calories can very, very subtly start rising up. And that's going to severely affect your weight loss. So we want you to be very mindful about which meals do you exactly want to indulge into. For example, if you want to have a sumptuous lunch on Ganesh Chaturthi day, then go ahead, you can do that. But make sure you go a little easy on the sweets. If you want to indulge into a meal on the Gauri Pujan day, then you can do that as well. But make sure you follow the same strategy of having a shake for dinner as well. Now, one particular tip I would like to offer, and that holds good for the entire festive season, which we are now getting into, is that you have to be very careful about your intake of sweets. Because sweets is one thing that can absolutely ruin your weight loss. So as long as you have your sweet intake under control, I would say about 70% of the, I would say you have won 70% of the battle. So make sure that you really are very careful about your sweet intake and about the other meals as well. Be very mindful. Because a lot of times it so happens that you eat something mindlessly and then end up feeling very guilty about it later. And that sort of spoils the entire mood, it spoils the excitement of the festive season, and we don't want that to happen. So there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind. Make sure you keep drinking lots of water through the day, because good amount of hydration is going to keep your appetite under control. Second important point, don't miss your workouts. A daily expenditure of calories is going to keep your spirits high, and it's also going to keep you feeling good about yourself. And third importantly, take a pause before every meal. Think about what you are putting in your mouth, and you will never regret your decisions. So that was all from my part. This is Niranjan Paranjpe signing off and wishing you a very happy and brilliant festive season ahead. Thank you so much.